All right. Very good morning. It's WJ. It's Warrior here for another episode of uh, uh, my live journal of input output. Your puts. Your my what I feel and what I think and what I go through, and if you can get anything off of it, that's just great. And if not, then I don't care. I mean, it's just about me. I mean, this is my channel, so I kind of like tell it the way it is, like how I feel and what I notice, what I think. So we're gonna get into the topic in a second. You know, I have a friend that works out a lot too. Um, Kind of obsessed, about his weight. He's always talking about, oh, 170. You're like what, 160? Like, everything is that number, and then he's all, I don't want to lose any size. So like, it's a very he thinks very linearly. He doesn't understand. Like, when Arnold was getting ready for a contest, the scale is a scale. Like, but that's not what the contest is about. It's how cut up are, how full are the muscles. Like it's not losing weight as much as shaping the body. Like it's if that was the case, I mean, yeah, of course, somebody skinnier, leaner is going to have a bit more definition because they have less weight. Like the muscles come out. But if you don't have that much muscle mass, then it's not going to show. Like you're real skinny. It's just going to be skinny. Like again, look at Bruce Lee. A guy was 135 pounds, and or if that, about there. And yeah, you ever see that shot where he like, flares his lats, and he's all cut up. The guy didn't look like he was, he's a real super lean, but not like a skinny, like that term's like emaciated, like, like, somebody that just, God, there's no muscle there, just skinny. I have a friend, he's 6'1". He says it's like 135, but he doesn't look like it at all. He's just skin and bone. He has no muscle there. He doesn't can't work out. He doesn't work out. He smokes and drinks all day. He's a good guy. God bless him. But these people, they're like slaves to their addictions. And I know I saw this thing with David Goggins. He ran like 100 miles in one thing. He fucked himself up really good. Doing that. And again, yeah, that can be obsessive too. Like too much. Like that's insane. 100 miles. I mean, think about that. That'd be like going to a fucking. Yeah, he did that at a track actually. Went to a fucking track, and I guess that's 400 laps. 100 miles, 400 laps. Think about that. Think about that. Like I went to. Well, I couldn't get in there tonight, and that's what leads me to the topic. But I ran 8 laps, which is 2 miles. A quarter mile each lap at my old high school. And I mean, initially, it was like the first time I ran, and I cannot tell you how long. Jog, and I have felt pretty good cardio from all my, plat. I feel fine. I feel like, yeah, let's do another one. So, and then after the second one, I said, you know what? All right, it's a good, just the first time I've been out and the next like 3 days, I was sore. I it's funny because I walk, you know, literally 7 8 miles like it's nothing, but running because like think about this when you're running properly on the balls of your feet, your calves are getting a lot of shock in their work, and it's a whatever, but the running, even jogging 2 miles, I definitely felt it for a couple of days. I felt like, all right, had a little extra energy, like 3 in the morning, 2, 3, and I said, let me go out to my high school. It's not far, and that they got a track there. I remember like, a couple of years back, you're able to just go in, like it's nobody there, the gates open, whatever, you go in or hop a fence, it's not a big deal. But, this leads me to the topic of chai spice, no special ingredient. Nothing beats a nice, warm, hot cup of tea when it's cold and raining outside. Um, I did like, fuck, man. Mayweather talks about up to like 4 workouts a day. Well, I was up like yesterday, like 8, 9 o'clock. Went home, went to bed. Then like at night, I got up and hit my gym, not the boxing gym, my regular gym, gay gym as I call it. I worked out there till 11 o'clock at night. Came back and had some relaxed for a little bit, and then around 2, I don't know why, like drizzle and rain a little bit. I said, hey, it's a good time, Fancy. I wanted to go run. I think I could do 3 miles, 12 laps around that track. So I walked over to the high school, and saw everything's like locked up, gates and everything. There's this little fence which leads to the parking lot, which get to the track, but there's inner fences that they're more, they're higher, and they're in between. I just didn't want to jump fence after fencing. So on the far side, I remember there's access to like tennis courts, but no, it's all fucking locked up now. It's there used to be ways to access through this, but no, it's they got it like a jail. I mean, it's really amazing. Not just that school, but many schools now they're really locked down. Like they're just not like they used to be. I don't get it. I don't know why. Um, Post 9/11, but okay, well, what's the point? Like, it just doesn't make any fucking sense. You can't get to the fucking track. Like these tracks, or whatever, they should be for people like, also that live in the area. Like, you can access it. Like, just for the everything's, it's just weird. Like everything's for these fucking kids. Don't use it. But meanwhile, the people live in the area. Like, why can't we use it? Like, we pay for all this shit. Like, why do these kids get like everything given to them, and they don't deserve anything? I mean, I'm just sorry. Like, you're lucky that they should be below the adults in my mind. It shouldn't be reserved for them. It's not a fucking I don't know. Just so one fence, but it was moderately high. I knew if I would have jumped that, I could have made that is on the track. I hopped that fence, and I just didn't want to do it. I just didn't feel like over that fucking thing, and then I have to go all the way back. I just didn't want to do it. It just wasn't worth it. So I know there's this other park, which is a couple miles from there, and I said, I think they got a track there, um, and they didn't. It's amazing, but around it was like mostly a huge side. For it's like 80% of it anyway. Then there's like 20% of it is dirt, whatever, you know, um, grassy. That'll be kind of holes and stuff. But I decided that was a good distance. I looked at the distance. I said close to a quarter mile. I go, this is good. So, I was careful as I went around that 20%, the potholes and the dirt. It started to rain pretty hard. So when I was running there, I made sure to go even slower, that 20%. And I did like four. I counted out the laps every time I lapped around, and I said 4, 8, and I said, all right, when I got to 12, that 3 miles about, and I said, I got another mile in me. So I did 16. So I think I did 4 miles. And I'll tell you, I wasn't even. I felt like could have kept going if I needed to. Like it was not a problem. I noticed when I stopped, really don't just stop, dead stop. I try to slow it down, a recuperation thing, like a weird shockish kind of thing, like when you stop running, when your body is on a certain pace and then you stop it. So, it's good to, when you're getting toward the end, gradually come down, very, as gradual as you can, and then walk, drink some water, walk, give it plenty of time for your body to kind of recalibrate after, your jogging, no matter what pace. I think I did like 4 miles. It was really cool because, it was like it rained hard at times, and I just didn't care. I fucking just kept going. I didn't let it intimidate me. I didn't get cold or anything. I just kept going, and I felt like, uh, I don't run really fast, but I just love the idea that I used to hate running when I was younger. I did some marathon. I never did a full marathon ever. I did 10Ks when I was young. I don't know why. I just, thought I could be very competitive like that, but I just wasn't that fast. I got winded. But now I'm just running for the fun of it, and I like it. I like the idea of leaning down. I was like 158. Um, like last week, I stood on the scale at night, which is usually when I'm heavier, and I was like 156 something. I'm getting damn close to 154. And so, I think that's how you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it through cardio. You're gonna do it. I like training abs, tons. I'm getting a little cut up down there. It's nice. I could see the separation. Serratuses and everything. It's really good. But I think I can go way better, way better than what I'm at right now. But yeah, it's like, yeah. When I went to high school, 88 to 91, wasn't like that. I'm just so happy I'm from my time. I had my time when it was, and you know what? It's all good. I mean, as like, if you listen to any of my episodes, going back, I get very agitated, very upset, hard on myself for not achieving any type of real success in my life. Um, my ex girlfriend, she, well, I didn't really call her. She's a good friend. I don't want to. I've already typed. You go back and you can listen to what I talked about it. I don't want to explain it, but her mom's coming to town, so she told her about me. I'm like, yeah, I'm just, just really. She goes, well, you're getting your doctorate, like you're 3 years. And I go, it's not a, it's great, nice little one day accomplishment, with the graduation ceremony, or whatever, in Long Beach, like it was last year. I probably will go because, um, it is for me a once in a lifetime thing. Um, but I just feel like everything I've done, all the work I've done and trying to do things, it hasn't really amounted to too much. Like I was from that park, and down by like Third Street. This I can't, because, and that sounds very pessimistic, but I can't figure out a way. Like it takes real fucking money, real credit. Like the chasm here is just too fucking big for me. It's like trying to build a spacecraft that can take you to Jupiter, and we don't have one. We don't, very soon we can get to the moon. That's maybe Mars, realistically, but that's it. We're not going to fucking to Jupiter or whatever these, but not, and that's the problem. Like I look at Mars or the moon kind of like Las Vegas, like a condo. It's doable for me eventually, but not Jupiter, not a fucking house. 700,000, millions now. It's millions. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, thought I told you happened to me on Saturday night. And it's not just Saturday night, it's every fucking night, every year, every month, every week, everywhere I've gone. I've tried, and I've thought of me. I'm gonna wait till this queues up, sure, because I want me not wanting to be here anymore. And I'm sorry, but you know what? It's like I know the inevitable is gonna happen eventually. Give or if I'm gonna be what 49 in less than 2 weeks, right? So 1 year and 2 weeks till 50. And then if you're lucky, and I mean lucky, that's it. Yeah, you more than likely I won't live till 100. I mean, that'd be great, but if you're healthy, but more than likely, no. I'm gonna die the others. So I sometimes think about it, and I say to myself, wouldn't it just kind of like just be easier to cash out? And I used to say, but I'm just saying, like, first 50, what makes you think I'm gonna make? It's just the way that I'm thinking about things, and um, like you know, women have not given the kind of women I'm sexually attracted to have never given me a chance, no matter how hard I've tried. Too aggressive or anything. I haven't become a successful man. It doesn't matter, these little doctorate degree, like make it out to be a big thing. It doesn't fucking matter if it doesn't lead anywhere. I told you I've applied for all these jobs. Nobody's getting a job making nothing. That money's not going to carry here anyway. I thought, I applied at CSN in Las Vegas. I talked about this so many fucking. Nobody's reached out to me with any type of tenure, any type of real chance to build a life. Is what it takes, not some schlep rock slave, numbskull job where you're not going to make anything. You're not going to become years old. That's just stupid. I talked to my friend today that he's just months clean, he's not gambling, and he's like, oh, I'm doing try it out, and he just went down the casino a couple of days ago, lost $300, and this guy, he just doesn't have it in him to change his life is what it takes. Like again, I was bored. I had nothing to fucking. I went to two fucking workouts and a park 4 mile run in one day. Like I just had the extra energy. So like I said, I'm not gonna fucking go down to a fucking casino and go back down that road that leads to nowhere. Leads to bad things for me. I got a thing from the Venetian tournament, free, all this shit. Of course, I open it up and I look at it. And it's like, of course, it's like pittance, like if and you win, and if you win, it's like all like in gaming chips. It's not real. They don't cash. It's slot money or table games. It's like so stupid. I know it's free nights and this and that, but you know what? I just told you, and I said this before. When you're a compulsive gambler, it doesn't fucking matter. Like I would wind up gambling out here or whatever, and I'd lose everything. And I just repeated this so many fucking times. I never hit anything. I never made substantial money once to where I could sit there and go, okay, I got enough for like, to put serious money down for the condo I want. Like I think I was close once in day trading. And what happened was the whole thing turned against me. Like it was because I said, all right, well, like, I was up 10 grand, so I figured, all right, let's just let this thing go. Let's. I had this all written down and calculated how I would buy more contracts as the profit would go up, and just be patient and run it up and run it up, and I'd make this fucking easy. And what happened was, no, and I was done. I lost like 10 grand while I was up, and I got really, really scared, cashed out whatever left I had over. Um, so I never had a shot, like no thing, part of that is on me not being extremely patient with some things like XRP, or for that one, I already talked about this the other night. I just didn't fucking hit, where uh, people try to get excited with the Dogecoin. Because, I mean, I was in Shiba, like a year ago, whatever, and it just didn't fucking move. It doesn't. I thought it was gonna move, but then it went back down. And up, it's nothing. It's just it takes fucking real money, And this little shit money, it doesn't make enough. It's nothing. It takes real fucking money to buy property, to even put a substantial amount of serious cash, you know, to make deals, and the problem is, like, I've been on eBay. I can't tell you, I'm looking. There's no fucking deals. $500. He had this his card. I think it was a 65 and a 75, but it was a SG. So he wants 700 or best offer. So I go, I'm down on my last offer. I said, how about $500? And that goes like 650 is the best I can. God, fuck you, man. Jesus. People that just don't need fucking money. Like, whatever. You know? And not just one, I'm telling you, like all these other cards, all these deals, I try. This is shit deal anyway. A couple hundred if I'm lucky, gonna get me to the 100 grand. It's nothing. It's sorry, it's just it's frustrating when nothing seems to nothing that's really worth anything seems to be really working in your favor. Like just you pay off all your credit cards, everything, and your credit scores are not even that good. Where it's a big deal.